everybody. Hi. I hope you're all really well, or just making sure that we are all up and running. It looks like we are. It looks like we're up and running. Yes. So let's just move to the overhead so that you can see something a bit more interesting. Hello everyone, how is everyone today? And happy Valentine's Day to you all. I hope you're all having a lovely Valentine's. Just checking that we're all live here. It looks like we are, which is fantastic. And you should be able to hear me okay. Yay, you can. So let's just check that we're all live on Facebook as well, while everyone gets settled in and is joining us. Yep, we look like we're all live everywhere, and that I just like to make sure that you can hear me okay as well. Yay, perfect. So let's get the Instagram view back up so that I can see the comments on there, because I can't see comments on TikTok or on Instagram, but I can see them on Instagram if I watch very, very carefully as we're streaming, and I can see comments on YouTube and on Facebook. So excuse me, I would suggest that the best way to watch is probably on YouTube, because you can watch it on the big screen too, and it should be a really good picture, even though we're not really technically speaking in HD yet. It is still a great picture, and it is good to watch the full screen. On TikTok and on Instagram you can only see the portrait view rather than the landscape view, which is not always as much fun. But I do try and keep everything kind of centered so that you do get to see all the action as much as possible. So I've got a few of our love themed cards from last week, because I actually managed to make 3 cards for you last week, which was unheard of. Let me tell you, that very rarely happens, but I did manage to do that last time. I don't know if we'll get that done this week, but what I wanted to let you know right off the bat straight away is that we do have a Valentine's sale going on on the website. So if you've not seen it already, if you've not subscribed to our newsletter, what are you doing? Because you need to be subscribed, because you'll get to know straight away about any new releases, any sales, any events, anything that we're doing. We do let you know about it on our newsletter. So if you haven't already, get to the website, hit the contact us form for the newsletter. It should pop up when you go on to the site for the first time, and you'll get 15% off your first order if you sign up to the newsletter today. So you can get 15% off your next order, but we are doing a 35% off for Valentine's, so you can't use the two together. But why would you need to? Save the 15% for next time when it's not sale time, but for now enjoy that 35% off. You just need to use the code Valentine's35, all capital letters, and you'll get 35% off your entire order. It only excludes the new releases and the already sale items, which are already discounted more than 35%, so you can get some really big savings. You can chuck a few things in from the sale, they will still be heavily discounted, and then you'll get 35% off everything else. So that is pretty cool. So have a look at that, but don't do that until you've watched the video because we're going to make some cards, or a card or something. We're going to do something. So let's put those to one side, because my idea was to make some spring themed cards with our latest product release. So if you've seen the Hobby Makers show recently, you will have seen that I went on there, and these are my I've got really froggy throat. I'm so sorry if I sound like, I don't know, like I'm garbled or just sound weird, because I feel like I've woke up this morning with a bit of a cold. in my throat. I don't feel poorly, I just feel like my throat feels a bit scratchy. So back to the story. We were on Hobby Maker last weekend, and oh my god, it was such a fun show, and it was such a great response to this new product. So the product that we're talking about is our pre-coloured cardstock range. So this is a new thing for us. We haven't done this before, and the cardstock does, as part of the show, it came with the coordinating dies. We sold out of all of that at the weekend. I mean, there was so many. We got, you know, some good stock amounts, but we sold out of the lot. But we do still have some of the cardstock left. So you can't get the coordinating dies for these, but I know that a lot of you probably have the Oopsie Daisy stamp set and coordinating dies already. So this would be the perfect accompaniment to that set, because you've got these already coloured in. And you can use your coordinating dies that you've already got in your stash to match with these. So that means then that you're getting more use out of those coordinating dies. You're also making it much quicker and easier to make a card, because you've already got these pre-coloured in. So all you need to do is cut them out and make your project. And I'll show you a little project with the Oopsie Daisies I think we're going to do today, because I like feeling like there might be some spring in the air soon. We're in the middle of February now. It's only a few weeks till we get into March, and that's when we really feel like we can start thinking springtime, isn't it? So these make really great Mother's Day cards, and March, as we know, in the UK is Mother's Day, so this could really help you get pre-planned. Maybe if you're making cards and notelets and note cards for again, for gifts or for on at your craft stalls, these are going to be great for that. So that's the Oopsie Daisies, and we also have the warm hugs. So the warm hugs are these little characters. We do have a few of the coordinating dies available for these. You'll be able to get 35% off the coordinating dies at the moment. And then obviously you've got your cardstock that's in the new arrivals section. So there's no discount off these, but they are already at a fabulous price. So the cardstock themselves, you don't just get these little pieces that I've cut here. These I've already cut down to a more manageable size, but you get an A4 size sheet that's got 4 of these sets repeated on each sheet, and you'll get 2 of the A4 sheets and a free digistamp. So the digistamp then you can print out and colour in to your heart's content as many times as you like. You can fussy cut the little characters out, or you can use your coordinating dies, whichever is the best for you. So I feel like, did that make sense? I feel like I've kind of rushed all of that and gone, you know, super fast. So I'm hoping that did all make sense. I guess the proof will be in the pudding. Let me know if you want me to clarify anything else, yeah, I will go over it again if I've missed anything, and I'll try and repeat some of it as we go along. I'm just trying to think if I've actually got any of the larger sheets. I don't think I have, because like I say, they were selling so fast. I only had my samples. So these are literally all I've got left, because I didn't want to use up stock that we could sell. So because people were wanting it. So yeah. So as you can see, these have been cut actually from. In fact, that one sat above that one, didn't it? If you can see, these were 1/2 of that A4 set. So I'm going to use the little Oopsie Daisies. These little cat characters are adorable, and I really want to make something else using these. I had an idea that we could make some like little notepads with these, which would make lovely little Mother's Day gifts. A little notepad, or little what's the word? Like a little address book or something like that, or a little diary kind of thing that you could use with these little characters. Would be really cute. I've already die cut a few of these that I didn't use during the show, so I think that might be what we do is that we use these ones that haven't already used in a little project. So my idea was, let's have a look in here, because I did want to use the Flirty Flowers die set, because we do have a few of these left. These will also be on 35% off. So if you haven't already seen those, I would definitely recommend you having a look at this particular die, because it is absolutely stunning. I've got my card base here. So the Flirty Flowers die is the same size as an A6 card base. So that's always nice, because it means we're going to cover up the entire front of our card with it. And you could either cut that out of your maybe pattern papers, but I prefer to do it out of just a plain cardstock, because then you can see all of the detail. So I am going to do that now, and I'm going to use some, now I did do the similar sort of colour, this lovely green, this fresh green before, because I did really like how that turned out. So let me see if I've got any more of that left. I know I have, but it's whether it's the right size. Oh yes, we've got plenty. Look, I wonder if I've got some that's the right sort of size in my little stash. I might have here, look, rather than using a complete full piece. These are all my little scraps of cardstock here. So, and I've got a piece here that I think will work really well. So let's pop that one back. And I'm going to have to get my die cutting machine cranked open. That's it, put them up there. No matter how much I tidy up, I'm always fighting for space. Are you guys the same? Does your craft room just end up being a dumping ground for all kinds of things? Oh, I've done some stenciling on this piece. So, but that just shows you that these things are never scrapped, because I'm going to use the other side and you will never ever know that that's there. So I am going to snip this down, because my die cutting plates are very, very warped, and I don't want to risk not getting a good cut. If I have to run it through twice, I don't mind doing that, but I would rather just try and get it so that I don't have to do that. So I'm going to secure it with a bit of my washi tape here, and then I'm going to pop this through the machine. So bear with. Excuse the noise while we just pop this through. The great thing about the Gemini is that I can just let it go, let it run all the way through, and then it will just stop and it's gone all the way through, and I can just let that do its thing while I grab a little drink of my tea. Lovely. So we've got our backdrop, but I do know that I'm going to want to do some stenciling onto that. So I'm going to, before I pull that out of the die cutting machine, I am going to, let me just move some bits out of the way, and we're not using the warm hooks at the moment. If we get time, maybe we will, but we're not right now. So I'm going to pop out my stenciling mat here, and we're going to see how this has gone through our machine. Okay, so that looks to me, you can see there, that everything's gone through. And the flirty flowers, you'll perhaps notice now it's cut out that each element is made up of these tiny little hearts. So you could even keep these hearts for your shaker cards. You could pop them in a shaker, which I think would be really, really cute. But I'm going to just save myself a bit of time and just pop those in the bin. Now this is the bit that probably takes up a bit more of your time, is just getting all of those little tiny hearts out of your cardstock and out of your die. So you don't want to leave these little bits in, because they will affect how your next cut works. So I'm just going to poke those straight into my bin here at the side of me, because we don't need those. So that's my die cleaned. I'll pop that back in its packet there. And then these, I'm not going to pop them out onto here, because they will stick to this silicone. So I'm probably going to poke them through onto my craft mat here, and then I can just scrape them all into the bin. This is the bit that's not that interesting for you to watch, is me just poking little holes. I know I've seen some crafters, you know, whacking things on the desk so that they can get all of the dies out, but I'd rather just do it quite neatly and precisely. There's something quite satisfying about just poking these all through. Some of them are going to pop out really easily. Some of them I think may need a little bit more help coming out because of that warped die plate that I mentioned. I think the ones in the centre look like they might have not cut as cleanly, but they have still cut, so I'll be able to just poke those free. You just need a little bit more encouragement to come loose. Although my nails are not the best for that at the moment. That one, you see, doesn't look like it's fully cut, but it just needs a little bit of encouragement to come out of there. And then we'll get these other ones popped out as well. That one, yeah, that one doesn't seem to have cut quite as well. It's quite frustrating when your plates are just not brand new anymore, so I must get some new ones really, so that will help. So we're going to make sure we've got all of these, and let me know if, hello Claire, Claire's with us. Hello Claire, lovely to see you. A live show is just what I need as I'm getting over the flu. Celine Mason says that she likes the look of the die. Well, thank you so much. It is an absolute favourite of mine, because you can just make such a pretty pattern so easily. I'm probably making it look like hard work getting all of these little bits out, but it's not really. It's just I'm doing it in a very methodical way, I suppose. You might want to just flick all of yours straight out into the bin from the die. But yes, it's lovely to have you with us. I'm sorry you're going through the flu, Claire. I don't know if you heard me saying that I'm feeling a little bit under the weather myself, but not like in myself. In myself I feel pretty fine, just a bit tired I guess, but that I put that down to just, you know, not having enough time off. But we've always got something going on, haven't we? But yeah, I feel like I've got a bit of a scratchy throat, and just feeling you know, like, is that going to become something? Do I sound a little bit snotty? I've got a bit of a, which is not very nice, is it? But I have got a bit of a bunged up nose, and yeah, it's just all of those little signs of, oh no, am I getting a bit run down? So that could be my sign, my little clue to just have a little bit of a rest, couldn't it? Maybe that's that's my body saying just have a little bit of a rest now because you're a bit tired. But I'm back at work tomorrow in the salon. So it's Valentine's Day today, of course, but tomorrow is like the Valentine's Day in the salon, in that it's probably going to be busy tomorrow because of the time of year. So tomorrow's going to be a nice busy day. Ant's firefighting, so I shan't see him today on Valentine's Day, and he'll probably be very tired because again he's not had any days off this week. Excuse me. And so I think our and he's working Sunday as well, so our Valentine's Day is probably going to be Monday. We're having ours on Monday, we've decided. Is anybody else doing anything festive? I'm going to use my bundled sage because that is a really lovely colour over the top of this. I've seen that I've got another little bit on the back of there still. Just when you think you've got them all out, you find another one. But how pretty is that? It's so gorgeous, isn't it? I think I may have used my Twisted Citron brush to do this last time, so we'll use that again. Selena says that she's hoping that Claire feels better. She had a virus for 2 weeks and it's awful. Oh, it is. You know, I guess it does happen around these sort of times of year, doesn't it? Because I do feel that it is bitterly cold outside. I'm getting my jumper caught on this now. So yeah, that has also probably not helped me because we went for a little walk in it yesterday, and it was, my face just felt cold. You know, when you can feel it in your jawline, just how cold it is, probably because you're gritting your teeth against the bitter cold. So yes, it probably, that's not helping. And then you go into a nice kind of central heated warm environment after being in freezing cold, and then all those germs are all just floating about, aren't they? Well, aren't we the joyful group? Well, it's not you, it's me, isn't it? I'm just resigning us all to lots of flus and germs. Celine's blaming her daughter. She's at high school, which is a petri dish of germs, 100%. See, we can't even use that excuse, but I guess we are surrounded by people all day, every day, and that, you know, they bring germs from their children and your relatives and things, don't they? So I'm sure I just had a card base somewhere, and I kind of, oh, it's right underneath there, that's why. I thought I'd got my card base ready, because I'm going to pop this over the top of my card base, but I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to the background because I think that looks, the yellow against that green just looks so nice. So, and I'm going to go with the squeezed lemonade because this is a lovely fresh colour of yellow. So let me grab my scattered straw blender brush and let's add some of this colour onto my card base. I don't have to be too precise because we're only going to see the bits behind those little flowers, so I don't have to be too worried about how precise I'm being. I just want to make sure that I've got enough colour to go behind all of those flowers because they do go right to the edge. So, and that's the other great thing about the dye, is that it is, you know, full on edge to edge glory. And the other thing that you could do actually, because it is edge to edge, it will stand being cut down even though you have got that edge to edge pattern. So if you wanted to create a little bit of a border around the outside edge, you could cut this And I haven't done that but for the purpose of showing you kind of the size of it, but that could be a cute thing to do. You could leave a nice white border around the edge. So if I just give you an idea of what that could look like, you could leave a nice white border around the edge there. Just maybe cut off the top layer and then maybe cut down the centre of the others. But because it's nice and evenly spaced, I do like to use the full thing. And then if you see it against that lovely yellow backdrop, isn't that gorgeous? Hello Annalisa, how are you? Thank you for joining. So that's my backdrop, my basic backdrop. I'm going to just give this a clean before I get ink all over myself and all over everything else, because that would be terrible. A bit of a wipe. I feel like on Instagram everything's frozen a bit, which is a bit strange, but I'm sure it'll catch up eventually. So let's pop that back up there. Yes, it seems to have frozen a bit on Instagram. If anybody's having any struggles, do let me know. I might have to have a quick gander over on my other page. See if that helps. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just on for some reason on my iPad it doesn't look like it wants to catch up. Not to worry. So I've got this, and like we said, we're going to use some of our cute little characters here. We've got the little sleeping one, and we've got the little one with the blue go on, flower, daisy, the blue daisy. Thinking of you every daisy. That's so cute, isn't it? Thinking of you every daisy. That would be so cute. And I feel like I need something in the centre there just to make that pop. So there's a couple of things that we could do with that. And that is to just cut out maybe another little maybe a bit of maybe a circle, a bit of vellum, or a heart to go with the heart theme. Let's have a look, see what we've got in here, because I do sometimes have some pre-cut elements that are quite useful, but not in there at the moment. So let's grab my scallops and my circle. So this is my thought, was that we kind of do a little bit of a layer of here. We've got this lovely little circle, but it also comes with the coordinating scallop, so that will sit around the outside, and I think that just goes really neatly with the design. And then inside it you can have your little cat and sentiment, and that'll just sit really pretty inside. This bit I want to cut out of some vellum, so I need to have a look, see if I've got a bit of vellum, and then this will just cut out of some nice white cardstock, and it's already got some lovely stitch detail to it. So I'm just looking to see if I've got any appropriately sized. Oh, perfect. Little scrap of white cardstock there, always handy to have. So that's my white circle. Circles and scallops are so handy to have. So if you haven't already got these in your stash, do check out the website, because again, these will have 35% off and you're going to use them all the time. Annalisa says that she's in a winter wonderland with many snowstorms this week and more on the way this weekend. Oh heavens, Annalisa, I don't know how you do it. Annalisa is in Canada, and you have the most extreme of weathers, don't you? And I just, yeah, my hat is off to you because we moan about everything in this country. We hate bad weather of any kind because we just cannot deal with it. We're just so terrible at dealing with it. But yeah, I hate it. The snow and cold. I think I would be much more suited to a hotter country, but at the same time, it is nice to go through the seasons of sort of autumn. I think I would miss the autumn seasons. Now, you can probably hear me, you know, just rummaging around for through some cardstock and bits of paper and so on. So I'm looking for a little bit of vellum, but I cannot seem to find any, so bear with. I must not have got any scraps left, so I'll have to take a fresh sheet. And I've got two different styles of vellum here. I don't normally buy vellum, and I feel like the plain vellum that I've got is just a bit too thick. But I do have this other kind of, it's almost like a patterned vellum, and it's just a bit softer, I feel. It's a little bit, like I said, just a bit softer when it comes to providing that diffused look that we're going for. So I am going to cut a bit of this down and use this. So I'll use my little scalloped piece as my guide, and then we'll just cut around it like so. And again, we'll use a little bit of washi tape on here just to hold that in place, and then we can pop this through my die cutting machine. Pop that back where I found it, although for some reason it's not gone back in quite how it did, which is usually the way. Yeah, that's decided it doesn't want to go back in at all. Oh. I think I've just knocked something over there. Right, so let's pop these through. And, oh, I just dropped one. It's a good job it was attached with washi tape, you see. Move my cup of tea out of the way. Because my plates are so curved, then I put smaller dies in and they fall out the edges, which is not ideal, is it? Not ideal at all. So, should we pop our little brush back, because I think we've done with this. Annalisa says that she loves the circle and scallop dies together, definitely recommends them, and she used to hate winter. Now I don't mind it, thankfully, because you get a lot of it. Well, you've kind of had to, you know, make lemons out of it, haven't you, really? Because, yeah, you haven't really got much of a choice, I would say. Bless you. Okay. Just going to blow my nose again. You see, I'm starting with it. Right, let's grab these. Let's have a look. So we've got our white circle, and then we've got our little vellum scallop bit, which is really, really cute. So I do like to do the scallops in a bolder colour sometimes as well, which could look really cute, and I am toying with whether do we do that in a blue just to make that pop a little bit more, but sometimes the little bit of the diffused from the vellum can look really sweet. In the card here I've done a blue outline, which again just looks really lovely, and that is a similar sort of shape, I think, the similar size to this one, and it just makes a really lovely backdrop, doesn't it? So we've then got our cute little cat, and I might use a different sentiment because I think maybe that's a little bit too big, and I don't want it to be too big. And we've also got this little guy who I think would look really cute, and I feel like I do want to do a blue scallop with it, so I might change my blue scallop. Now we do have the Oops-a-Daisy sentiment, and the Oops-a-Daisy is the sorry I forgot your birthday. So you've got I forgot, we've got I'm sorry I forgot, and then we've got happy birthday as well, and we've also got these little flowers, extra little flowers. This is so cute. Let me just get these. I think I'm going to do this, a few little flowers, and we've also got a couple of bees facing in different directions. So we've got bee facing this way, if I can find him, and then bee facing the other way, so you can have them at either side. And then we've also got one of these little flowers as well. So you've got all of these gorgeous little accessories that will fit on there. So I am going to go with a bit of blue, I think, on the back of here, because I feel like this might be a little bit lost now, just on reflection. And I will still use this bit of vellum. I'm going to pop that in there and we'll save that for another project, but I think for what we're trying to do today, I need that little bit of blue. So let me just make sure I've got my right size. I have, and I've definitely got some blue somewhere. I must have. Must have got some nice scraps of blue in different colours. So we've got this kind of blue, cornflower type of blue. We've got more of a bright coloured blue here, which I think goes really, really nicely. That's the blue that we used before. So I just need to find a piece that is big enough for my scallop circle. Let's just try and get these out of here, because they've decided they don't want to come out of the little envelope that I've put them in. Wow, that was very, very tightly packed into there. I think I might need a bigger envelope to pop them in. So we're just going to do the same thing again like we did before, add a bit of washi tape and cut it to size, and then we'll pop this through our die cutting machine. And I am going to just snip that into two pieces so I can store that away. So bear with the noise one more time. That's running through there, we can add a little bit of ink to our background here, and I think we'll do that with a little bit of tumbled glass and some frosted some salty ocean. I don't know why I'm saying frosty ocean. It's a salty ocean. So we're going to do that, I think. Just popping some of these others out of the way so I don't get them mixed up. So we've got a bit of tumbled glass here. And I'll grab my little tumbled glass brush, and we're going to add some colour onto our background here, just on the top portion. What I might be tempted to do actually, because we're going to have our little character sat there, aren't we? So I might be tempted then to just add a little bit of washi tape along the bottom here. So just create a little bit of a line. I'm just checking, does that look straight or not? Might do that a little bit lower down actually. There we go, look a bit lower down. And then I'm going to make this bottom bit my grassy area. So I'll go back to some of our bundled sage that we used on our flirty flowers. And grab my brush, and then I'm just going to very gently add some of that along the bottom of the washi tape. Now the great thing about the washi tape, it's going to give me a really clean little line, and because my brush is nice and small, I can control where that ink is going. So now when I remove my, how cute is that? And then our little cat has got a little bit of something to stand on. That's very cute. Very happy with that. Very happy with that indeed. So let's pop those back up there. And it's starting to come together a little bit, isn't it? So let's move these bits, these elements over here. I'm going to use the, I'm sorry I forgot, I think on the inside of the card as well. So that's something that, you know, is a really great thing with these, because they are so quick and easy to do. They've already been, you know, the hard work's already been done. You can add extra embellishments. Annalisa loves the bees because could we have a new bee themed set? It's funny you should say that. You must be psychic, Annalisa, because not wanting to give too much away, but I have been working on some designs that involve bees. So it's been a long time since we had a bee set, and I was thinking, I did love the bees. They were always super popular. So yes, it might be time for some more bees in the future. So keep your eyes peeled for that. There, you've managed to get like a little cheeky preview there. I am working on new release designs as we speak. It has been really hard to get the time to put new designs together, so I apologise that it has been a while, but it will be worth the wait, trust me. So, and we may have a mini release first before we have a big release with all the usual kind of extra accessories and things like that. So that is looking adorable, isn't it now? So let's start popping this together. So I'm going to use a bit of glue just on the back of this Flirty Flowers. I feel like this is probably the easiest way to do to add this to your background, because it does give you that little bit of wiggle room. Have I got a little bit of a clogged up nozzle here? Does seem a little bit clogged up. Let me grab my little I've got a little pin that I have especially for such occasions. It's a very it's a very bent pen. pin, sorry, not pen, but it works. It definitely works. So let's see if that's given me a little bit of help. Yes, that's lovely. And then I could just add the glue to the most important areas, which are going to be really your edges. So you want to add glue all the way around the edge. Make sure that you have got that, because you don't want the edges to curl up. That's when people start picking at it and then it starts to fall apart. So you want to keep the edges quite well covered, but not so much so that it all seeps out. This is a clear drying glue. It's the Cosmic Shimmer, and yeah, it is my favourite. I don't know whether it's still in production at the moment, but yeah, it's definitely one of my favourites. So I'm just going to pop that onto the front, and because we're using that that glue, it does allow us that bit of wiggle room so that we can push it into place, make sure that we've got it exactly where we want it. So we've got a beautiful little backdrop there, and then my little cat on his scallop circle. I'm going to do the circle flat, but then the scallop I will do on some foam tape. So again, I'm just going to add a nice generous swirl of that glue, and then I'm going to pop this on here on the center of the scallop. There we go. And then we've got our little place for our little I felt like I did have some spare tape. I have here. Oh, that's a bit too much, but I can cut that down and use that. That's perfect. So let's cut that in half, and let's pop some there and some there. That's lovely. Okay. And let's pop that on there as straight as we can. Do you think that that's... I don't feel like that's that central. Just, I didn't fully push it down, so I'm hoping I can just prise it off a little bit without destroying my background too much, but I felt like it wasn't fully centered, so I might have to hold it this way just so that I can see where I'm positioning it. That's, oh no, that's even worse. Because now I've got, although it's central, I've done myself a wonky little floor. There we go. That was worse, wasn't it? That's better. That's better. Right, so these are the you know, the little fun bits, aren't they, where we don't get things straight. So a little bit of foam for my cat now. So because we've gone a flat background, we've gone raised up, and then we've gone a flat with the circle onto the scallop, I'm now going to do some dimension with my cat on the front. So we're still going to have loads of dimension, but we're varying how we apply it. So the Oopsie Daisy is going to sit here. I feel like I've got a little bit of tape on the bottom of there, or it could go at the bottom there actually, couldn't it? That would look quite cute, just a little Oopsie Daisy at the bottom. And then we're also going to add these little extra embellishments here. So I'm going to add a couple of the little flowers, but also a little bee coming to sit on top of his flower. That would be very, very cute, wouldn't it? You could also have a few of these just kind of bunched up around him. That would be very cute as well. Or we could also do our own little stems, couldn't we? That might be cute. I think I might do that. So, and I'm going to stick those down flat. My Oopsie Daisy, I'm going to add some tape too. So we only need a little bit of that to just go on the back of here. because if it's raised it's just going to stand out a little bit more for us. So I'll just pop that underneath there. And then I want to cut out another one of these flowers for over here. So, because I only have two, and on my sheet I've got another one here. So I'm just going to give that a little bit of a cut out. Now, you may not have the coordinating dies, so I am going to cut this out by hand, just to show you that if you are buying this as a, today from the website, that you won't be able to get the coordinating dies if you don't already have them. So all you need to do is just follow that white line as closely as you can. You don't have to be exact with it, but the white line is there to help you, so it just helps you guide your scissors around, move the image, not your scissors, and then you've got your little flower cut out. And that was really very, very easy to do. And then we can just pop that little one there. I might trim a little bit more off that one just so it's a little bit closer. You don't have to follow the line, you can go on the black line if you want. If you don't like a white outline, then and you're fussy cutting, then you can do as larger outline as suits you. So that could be no outline at all. So that's just, I don't know why, but I always move to one side when I'm fussy cutting, but then that's not very helpful, is it? Because you can't see me fussy cutting then, which is not really very interesting to watch. You want to be able to see me doing it, don't you? There we go. So there we've got another little flower cut. Lovely. That's a bit of a better size outline, I think. It matches the dies that little bit better. So we can stick these on now. I feel like I might pop my little bee on the tiniest little bit of foam, because I want him to stand out a little bit. Oops, I dropped him. My nails don't really help with this tiny little bit of foam, but I think we've cracked it, so that one can sit just there. So cute. And then let's stick these down. So my first little flower can go there, and then because I do like to work in threes, as you know, I think as a little bit of a design what's the word, tip or trick, working in odd numbers or threes is really, really good. It looks appealing to the eye. So let me have a look, see what we've got kind of pen wise. That was a cat, you may have heard, just joining me there. So let me have a look at some sizes of, I've got a little bit of cardstock here. I've got a 0.03 pen, and I think that one could be quite a good size for my for me to do some stalks. Or I've got a 0.5, which is a little bit bolder, so I think I'm going to go with the point. So this one is a 0.03, and it is a Copic multiliner, for those of you that might be looking for such things. So, and I'm just going to bring that line from my image onto my floor here, and then I'm going to add just the tiniest little little leaf. And then for this one, I'm just going to come from here. I'm just going to add a little bit of weight to my line, but not a huge amount. And again, we'll just add a little leaf at the top there, just to bring it all together. Isn't that cute? So then, hello Mabel, have you come to say hello? What are we doing, Mabel? Hello, I don't think you've been on a live before, have you, Mabel? Why don't you come and say hello to everyone? I'm sure everyone would love to meet you. You want to come and say hello? No, she says, I don't fancy it. I don't fancy being on YouTube today, thank you very much. I'll go and sit on my chair and get nice and snuggly. That's a good idea. You can come closer to me though, that's it. Hello, little one. So she's come and sat on the chair next to me, which is very cute. So, and then on the inside of our card, we could have our other little image on the inside. We could have, I'm sorry, I forgot. And then we've also got, did I have the happy birthday or did I not take that out? Let's have a look. No, I don't think I took that out, did I? So we've got birthday and happy. Oops. So let's go back to the inside. I'm sorry I forgot. In fact, I might put them together. Sorry I forgot. And then happy birthday underneath. I mean, that is just too cute, isn't it? I'm sorry. You wouldn't hold it against someone, would you? You would take that apology. So let's have a look. I'm going to pop this one down first because, goodness, my nails are playing havoc. So yeah, once we've got this in place, then the rest of it will fit together really well. But the really great thing about these, the cardstock as well, you'll notice I'm using these extra pieces because I can. But you don't have to. We've made a card here just using one image, a couple of the little accessory images, but you might have little stamps and other little gems and things, and little embellishments that you might have from either other stamp sets or the cardstock sets that you want to use to go with it. So it means that your cardstock is really going to last. I'm sorry I forgot. I've had to move that a little bit closer. There we go. I'm sorry I forgot. And then happy birthday underneath. And I think nobody is going to mind. You're instantly going to be forgiven because the card is so cute. Who could be cross with this little face? This little cat's face. Dreaming of... Let's get that the right way around, that would help. My nails really don't help. There we go. Happy birthday. And I'm even going to put my little my little bee. I can't stop making scenes with these. They are so cute. I'm sorry I forgot the little bee. I'm a big fan of the bees as well. Annalisa, I must admit, they are super cute. So there we go. That is a card for spring completed. A gorgeous little happy birthday. So there he is our little guy with his little daisy garden behind him, and him just sheltering himself from the sun, if only. And then the little bee coming along, and inside we've got the sentiment, I'm sorry I forgot, happy birthday, with another little bee, and the little cat asleep in all of the daisies. That's why she forgot, because she fell asleep, you see. So we've got a little story being told there. We always end up making a little story, but I think that is adorable. These sets, cardstock sets, are so much fun to work with, because like I say, if you're short on time and you want the perfect little image, these work so well. So yeah, if you're doing kind of last minute projects, these are so easy to die cut out and just use, and the colour scheme is already being worked out for you. You don't have to worry about how you're going to colour your images in. But if you did want to colour them in different colours, then just print out the digi stamps, print them in actual size, and then you're going to get them the same size as the cats that you've got here, so you can mix and match them. Or you could print them super sized and just have a cat sized, you know, a larger sized cat that would be the shape of your card, if that makes sense. So you could use that as your whole card. That would be so cool. I haven't tried that yet, but I do think that would be pretty amazing. So we've got all of that done, and then the last thing that I need to tell you and remind you about is our Valentine's sale. 35% off with the code Valentine's35. It's off everything in store apart from the new release, which includes this cardstock, and any sale items. Your sale items have already heavily discounted by more than 35%. Sometimes it's sort of, you know, you talk between 50 and 70% discount there. So fill your boots with the sale items as well, but get that 35% off, because all of the dies that I've used today have that 35% off as well. So that runs until Monday night. I really sound nasal now, don't I? I need to go and have a hot drink, I think, and have a rest. It's been so great for you all to join me. It's been an absolute pleasure crafting with you. We'll be back again next Friday for another craft along with me. Don't know yet quite what we're going to be doing. I need to come up with some ideas of what we can share, but make sure that you check out that sale before it's too late, and I'll see you all soon. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Bye.